Okay. Yeah, guys. Yeah, I hope some of you might have heard about the Skillsurfacademy before, though it might be new for a few of you. I think there are some students already they are registered here, right? Here we conduct actually, here we conduct several courses related to structural analysis and design. And today, design and as well as some keywords course as well. Also today we are introducing a new course on Tekla steel structural detailing, right? Detail is the we are introducing first time. I'm Abdullah, structural engineer, right? Here, these are the courses we conduct usually. Here, let me share the presentation. Sorry, PDF file. This is our profile. Please give me few minutes, guys. Here, here structural analysis and design is RCC structure and steel design of steel composite structures and some software related, right? Structural analysis design uses softwares and as well as some element design softwares like Procon, Mass Series, and Tekla Teds and ID static and Fisher, right? So these are the courses we have been conducting since 2017. Almost there is a 38 batch for Tekla, right? Almost 408 students have been studied, more than 480 students have studied, right? Yeah. Now I'm not going to explain about these courses, right? Because today is the session to introduce about the Tekla. Tekla structural detailing concept, right? I'm the course resource person for the structural design related things. But Miss Radhika is here. Radhika, can you hear me?
Hello.
Radhika, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Okay. Miss Radhika will be resource person for the Tekla structural design concept, right? So detail means related to steel, not concrete, right? Here, this is the ongoing badges. So, here, here, this is the batch 36 is for the concrete manual design courses. It's already started, and E-tabs also started. Now this is the course we are going to start from today. So this course will be happen every Sunday 9 to 10:30. I will explain this one about later on. Once she finished the introduction today, I'll come back to this part later. She will explain what are the course contents, how this course should be happen, and some how to create some steel detailing, right? Because some of you might not have aware about the Tekla software, and you need to know about this, right? Okay, now I'll hand over to Radhika, right? She will take it forward from here and explain more about the courses. Okay, Radhika, you can continue.
Okay, sir. Good morning, guys. I'm Radhika here. Um, I'm having 12 years experience in our industry, both in detailing sector and as well as in the designing. And I'm worked as a site coordinator for some of the projects. And right now I'm working as a freelancer by doing own projects for some consultants. So we are here to know about the Tekla software and what's the purpose and its significant role in right now industry is going on. Okay. Okay, let me share the screen. Is this visible for you guys?
Yes, boss. Yes, please.
Okay. If you feel any audible issues or any video is not running properly, just intimate me on that chat on initial stage itself. Okay. Okay. So Tekla software. Initial stage, the Tekla was used for only the detailing purpose. But nowadays, after doing a lots of R&D, they are developing the software to the designing side. That means structural designing. Okay, in Tekla, you may can able to do detailing for any type of material. That is steel, concrete, and then timber. Okay, but here we are going to focus about the steel detailing concept. Why it's steel detailing concept? We are having a major criteria for Tekla. So throughout the world, all industries are using steel structures nowadays because it's a reusable, and at the same time it's having a high durability compared to concrete. So and the renovation work also, it will be easy for us at the same time. Either if you comparing about the economical details, even though it's very uh, easy state of material to purchasing also, and it has a wide range of market in industry right now when it comes for construction. So in that case, if you see in Tekla how the software will going to work for us for doing the steel structure detailing wise works and all. If you see here, in Tekla, we are going to create a 3D model. As like in architects and all, they will be doing modeling as like in some other softwares like Revit and Escape and Lumion also they are using, right, for rendering purpose and everything. So like that, it's a combo of complete structure we are creating in Tekla as a 3D model first, and after that, we are generating the 2D drawings from that 3D model. That means we are extracting the 2D drawings from the 3D model. Uh, for example, if you want a column drawing, you will be extract a column. From the 3D column, you will be extracting the 2D set of drawing from the 3D. Got it? So in this kind of process, the Tekla software will be working on. Clear? And the benefits, if you see here, what's the benefits of Tekla? Because we can able to do easily in AutoCAD also, right? Previous type of school method, we use AutoCAD for all the kind of detailing concepts, even for architects type of structures detailing also we can do in AutoCAD, and electrical, plumbing, everything we can do. Both RCC and steel also we can do there. But what happened there, it is uh, a kind of complete set of detail will be missing, because in AutoCAD you have to maintain a lot number of sheets for making revisions. First point. Okay. And second one is you need to update your knowledge based upon the profiles, because there is a list of profiles for many type of countries. Okay, if you are working in Indian environment, there is a set of profiles for Indian environment. If you are working in Australian project, there will have some set of Australian related profiles. So you need to collect a number of data based on that, then only it will be reflect on the drawings. On individual basis, you have to make it clear. For example, if you make any revision on one column, it has to be reflect on all the revision set of drawings in previous drawing also, you have to make it correct, right? So here there is no that much of messy things will happen in Tekla, because once if the model is updated, it will automatically reflect on the drawings in 2D set of drawings. So the working nature will be so easy in Tekla well compared to old school method. Clear? But where it is very useful for us to know means one thing, from the whole school method, we have to gain some sort of knowledge regarding the profiles and how the strategy we are going to fix to work with the Tekla. So that will be gathering from the old school method right now. Okay. And coming to the point, the benefits of Tekla, constructability, open collaboration, and localized software. Why we are calling it as a localized software is it's a 17 kind of languages are available in Tekla, and at the same time 32 number of environments are available. That means for each every country we have a set of environments specifically, and global wise if you see we are using uh, four set of environments practically. That means Australian environment and Indian, UK, and US. Mostly US standards we are using on for a number of projects which we are working on the US based kind of projects. And for UK profiles, if you see UK standards of environment, we'll be using a complete set of Europe side countries. Every one person will be using the UK standards. Okay, that means those profiles will be having a set of unique ID depends on the UK standard. When it come for Indian environment, we will having a set of Indian environment related kind of profiles will be highlighted on that you can see here. So initially, once if you click the Tekla structures, actually this is the basic one. Even if you have any updations on the Tekla structures in future also, these kind of set of patterns won't change at all. Okay. Before getting into the topic on brief, I will just explain how it's going to work and what are the things we need to notify before. On any kind of environment, either you can work on the concrete, you can work on the timber, you can work on the steel project, whatever it is. These are the major things won't change at all. Okay. So here, this is the Tekla structure screen here. So if you see, there is a three kind of categories. One thing is environment, another one is role, and another one is configuration. So these three categories plays a major role whilst before starting the project, because these three things we will be getting the detail from the client side, or else we will getting the key points from the input data which we receive from the client. Okay, so coming back to environment, so one second. Okay, so here I have installed Australia, China, India, and US. So even though we will be having a set of number of environments on the Tekla, while we installing the software itself, we will be having it default on which country you are working the project, which country for you are working for the project. You may can get those environments from the software file. Okay, so that we will be installed after installing the Tekla structure. We will be installing the environment specifically for which country you are working for the project, like that. So here, as I said, Indian environment, Australian, China, India, and US. So first thing is you have to notify from the client or from the input data which environment we are going to work. First thing you need to notify. And another one is, once if you have completed the model, you have to close the model in that same environment, because and it will be saved on the same environment. But next time while you are initiating or while you are opening the model for any correction or any for updations or any viewing kind of work, or a kind of detailing work, a kind of checking work, you need to cross verify which environment you have started that project, because that plays a major role. Because if you wrongly open the environment in another set of country pattern, what will happen? The model will get corrupt. Clear? So to avoid those issues, you need to get clarify which environment you are working on. Okay, and another one is role. In Tekla, if you see, there is a number of role for a person, from the detailing portion to the checking portion. So there is a different kind of role categories. Once if you have a knowledge about the Tekla, you can work as a detailer, you can work as a modeler, you can work as a kind of a checker, and you can work as a project coordinator. So project coordinator is the highest position in the Tekla structure, which they are the team captain, and they are the person who's going to carry out the total project right from the start to end, and to the delivery of these for the client also, they will be the person who is working for the total set of project with the team. Okay, in that case, if you see what the role majorly plays, here you can see the number of roles: contractor, bridge designer, engineering, precast detailer. One second, I just check the messages. Okay. Coming back to the role. Okay, you can see here contractor, engineer, precast detailer, rebar detailer, steel detailers. So this role plays a unique. Once if you are working as a steel detailer, you will be working under this category of steel detailer. And if you are working as a modeler, or if you're working as a checker, or if you're working as a project coordinator, because the project coordinator has to be extract some kind of set of files from uh, one software to another software for the coordination purpose. So in that case, they will be working in the engineering category. And the checker will be working on the engineering category, and the modeler will be working under engineering category. Or else we can give it simply as all. Okay, if you give simply as all, what will happen? You can able to easily edit the model, you can able to easily create profiles, and you can access the 3D model in the Tekla, okay, in that user interface window. Clear? But if you are open the model in steel detailer, what happen? You can only able to edit the 2D set of drawings, and you can't able to touch the 3D model. So while the person who are working as a steel detailer, they will be on the beginner level. So they doesn't know what will happen once we disturb the model, or once we delete any component in the 3D model, what will happen, they doesn't know. So in that case, on the safer portion, the senior persons will assist you to open the model in the steel detailer. Clear? So this is the unique thing in role while we are before opening the model. Okay, and coming back to the configuration, it's also like similar to the role, as like as I said, project manager, construction, modeling, engineering, everything will be there. And as like role, you will also giving it as a full. Okay, so now once if you are opening the window, just click OK. The window will open. Once if the window is open, it's getting delay, so I just opened the model previously. Once the window is open, you will get a working type of box here. So in this working type of box, your model will be fit here. Okay, so this kind of you may can ask how we can fix this working box here, and what is the working area, how we can fix all those things. So those things will be teaching in upcoming session. While creating the grids, while fixing the views, you will be coming to know about that. And once the model is open, before getting model open, you can see all those things here. That is recent, all models, share models, and new. So coming from the new, it's a complete set of new model. You will give a unique ID name, or a or a set of based upon the project ID, or based upon the country. The model will you will be giving the name for the model. And then you will be taking the places where the browsing models, where you're going to browse the models from, in which file you are making placing as a save as file. Okay, and another thing here, it is single user or multi-user. Okay, what is mean by single user and multi-user? So single user is if a person is working in in a model, if the team of person is working on the model. Okay, at the same time, the person is working, for example, if you have a set of 5 members in a team, there are 3 detailers, one modeler, and one checker. Okay, so at the same time, the checker has to open the model, the detailers has to work on the model, and the modeling person also have to work on the same file. In that case, what will happen? We have to use the model to open in a multi-user. Clear? So in the multi-user, you have to open the model. Or else, on which cases you will be using the uh, model to open in single user? Students, kindly mute the mic. Okay, coming back to the topic. So in which case you will be using to open the model in single user is, if a person is working, that means a single person is working on the model. That means before updating corrections and all, what will happen? We have to the team has to close the model, and then we will update the correction in a single user, and then we will release it to the multi-user for the working for the updation of the works. Clear? In this way, we will be working in this pattern. But before opening the model, make sure that the model is opening in the multi-user or single user with your team. Clear? So that plays a major role for avoiding the mess of the model. That means to avoid the corruption. Okay. And then recent will be show you about all the models which you have previously opened will show you. Clear? And all models also in which one you are opening, in that case, those folders will be highlighted there. So, okay, once if it is new, we are going to create. Okay, we'll take it as a new folder. Okay, once if I so in this way you can name the any kind of name you can give. So now I'm opening it in a single user, create. But nowadays, the Tekla software has been updated to the cloud level. Okay, so in clouding kind of category, they will be working as a remote kind of for the jobs. So that will be we will be having a set of server, and those things will be handled by I think IT persons. They will work on that. But initial kind of working strategy, you will be working in this kind of windows. Okay, it will open. So coming back. Okay. So industrial applications. So what are the major things? So we have seen many industries are working in Tekla, but what is the purpose and how they are implementing? If you see the engineers are having a wide variety of structures. For example, it's about normal residential building and a kind of for a architectural aesthetic view. Now we are going for the steel structures for the residential building itself instead of concrete. And for offshore structures, we are using steel structures. And for PEB related kind of structures also, we are using steel structures. Okay. So in that case, we need to understand what are the strategies they will be working on. So that means how they will derive the drawings and how what are the major things will be happen. Okay. So coming back to here, if you see, there is an IFC file and I'm having a set of PDF file. Okay. It's the list of drawings which we are having the detail about the 3D model. So there are three types of drawings. One thing is GA, assembly, and single part. Okay. GA drawing is a set of drawing which will communicate about the erection kind of drawings. Okay, that is called general arrangement. And then assembly drawing is about you will have a set of components and the connections between the column, beam, and bracings and all, right. So all these connections, how we are going to execute on the offsite. That means offsite means on factory, how you are going to manufacture based on the drawing. Those details will have you will be getting the input from the assembly drawing. And the single part drawing, I will open and show you the everything in upcoming session. Now I will just generally explain what are the names of the drawings we are going to work on. So single part drawing is nothing but the individual column, the individual beam, and the connection. So like this you will be having. If you open the GA, so this is the 3D model. Once you are finished the 3D model, you will be extracting the set of file from the model. Like this, you will be having a 3D structure in a visible way. It's to be called as an isometric view that you will be have knowledge about that in the engineering paper. I think it's a technical drawing. You may can know about that very clear. And based upon that only all these set of drawings has been generated. So here you can see they will give you the base plate plan and plan level elevation at 4,400. So they will be fixing the levels. So likewise plan elevation, you will be getting the detail completely as per grid also you will be getting in GA drawing. Okay, once if you have a set of knowledge about the reading of drawing from the input, then it will be easy for you to understand about the GA and what are the things we need to notify while creating the 3D model also. We will get the knowledge. Okay, next, assembly drawing. So assembly drawing is, here they have given a set of frames. As I said, you will be having a detail about the bracings and the individual things. What are the total dimensions of the profile? Everything will be highlighted in assembly drawing. Each and everything, the section, the weld kind of detail, what are the bolt dia, everything you will be having here. And the unique thing about the Tekla, why you are using Tekla? What's the purpose? Why, in which way it's very unique? You may can ask. That is, it's completely about the bill of material. So here you can see there is a total, and here is some number of weightage that has been highlighted. So it will be calculated by the Tekla default. So based upon the profile, what are the profiles you are working on the 3D model? It's completely highlighted and it's reflected on the 2D set of drawings based upon the mark. That means you are giving a naming for that profile, right? That will be named as a mark here, and the profile name, and the profile default name. That means, okay. Here you will be marking for erection purpose. You will be giving the name for that project. Okay, for example, here I have given H1, LP1, P1, right? But in default on industry, what they will do based upon the project ID, they will give the marks. Okay, so likewise P001 or S001, likewise they will give the mark, and the profile name will be uniquely identified here. What kind of profile you are working on that assembly drawing, that will be highlighted here, and what kind of material you are providing, and what numbers are going to be in this level. So everything will be highlighted here very clearly with the weightage, and the total weightage will be calculated. But in old school method, what will happen, we need to give all the inputs on the data sheet, and then we have to incorporate it with the drawing. Clear? So in that case, what will happen, you will have some errors. If a person working on one project, they has to be work on that project itself. They can't switch to another set of environment projects. As like, if I am working in the Indian environment for a morning session, and I can able to work on the UK environment on the evening session. Clear? So if you are using in working in Tekla, but if you are in AutoCAD, what will happen, a set of team has to be stick on to the same project if it is a mass project. That means, so there is a lag of human efficiency will be there. There is a lag of error will be occur there. So eradicate all those issues, we have created these set of pattern in Tekla. Okay, so all these things will be configured based on that, or else the configuration will be happen based on the input details from the client, whether they ask these kind of patterns I need to follow, you just follow these kind of set of template. Like that, if they ask, we can do, or else you can create your own template based on that. If you are working on any other concern, they will follow a set of template for the working steel structures or any other kind of structures. Okay, so likewise you will have a set of template details about the what is the project client data, and when you are issuing, what is the description, everything will be highlighted here, and it also updated based upon the date wise. So there is no editing part here before giving the data to the client. Okay, everything will be defaultly set, and all those things will be reflected to all the set of drawings. So there is no need to go and edit each and every individual drawing. Clear? And this purpose will be used for the freelancers also. So for freelancers, if you see, once if the freelancers are working, what will happen, they doesn't know how to edit the template. In that case, they will extract set of Tekla drawings to the AutoCAD, and they will set some set of templates they will have defaultly, and they will incorporate it, and they will working on that. Because some limitations will be there for a licensed Tekla software and piracy version also. So in that case, the freelancers can work on that pattern, and a person who is working on a consultant, they can working in a template under the consultant pattern. Clear? And these are the slides you are going to go through on the upcoming sessions. That's about the moment connection and shear connection, which plays a major role in steel structures to for connecting the beam and column. Okay, so we'll just have a light glimpse about that. So beam to column connections, which is we are going to apply based on the macro connection list. So these connections you will be having default in Tekla. Okay, not only creating the column and beams, and you will be having a clear detailed study about the profiles. So what are the set of profiles? What are the UK profiles we are going to know about on detail? What are the Indian profiles? How it's getting differentiated? And once if you open the model accidentally in another environment, how the profiles will look as like. So all those things will be covered in this 10 days class. And symbols, everything that means what are the symbols are representing and what it means about what kind of well, because these are the communication factors you are going to communicate with the factory person who is working as a welder in the factory. Clear? And also on site there are two set of wells. Site well will be there and off site will be there. So how it's going to be differentiated and where we are using it, what are the pattern of wells are there, so how we are going to calculate the weld. So all those things will be taught in upcoming session. Okay, and these are the number of names of wells which we are representing. And apart from well, we are going to know about the bowl parts. What is bowl part? What they are telling, and how we are going to do about the bowl parts. What it's the basic criteria to know about what is bolt and what is nut, and how they are going to fix, and what is the clearance area. All those details will be highlighted, and what are the types of bolts and how they are working. And there are some of these sample connections here, and I have been highlighted the values also here and how we are going to work, because this is the 2D set of drawing. Based on the 2D set of drawing you have to work with the 3D, how to create the column, beam and the connection. And the reverse process is, after finishing this connection you have to give numbering, and after giving numbering what will happen, you will highlight these kind of names which we are provided on while creating the beam and column. So that will be highlighted after extracting the drawing from the 3D model. You will get this kind of input. So both set of applications you have to be work as an assignment. So step by step, once we are finishing the class, we will have a set of assignments based on that. And what are the shortcuts you are going to work? As like I said, these are the drawings you need to understand very clearly before getting into the modeling part or before getting into any interview, because based on this only they will raise a number of questions. What is GA drawing? What is assembly drawing? What is single part? And what's the purpose and where it's used? And how you are going to give the input detail for the fabricator for single part drawings? And what is erection drawing? How it will impact on site once if you have any error on the model. So all those things, set of knowledges will be transferred on the upcoming session. And here you can see what are the files defaultly you will be having. So here the model has been opened. So this is the screen. Once if you are fresh per beginner level person, while you are approaching the software, the new model will be open in this way. Okay, this is the working area exactly, and based upon the working area only the model will fit into the portion based upon the height, length and everything. Okay, and another thing is, before getting into this very deep, you have to know about what are the folders you have to be kept very safe. That means just go and click here below the flag, you will have a file, just click it and open model folder. Once if you do open model folder, what will happen? You will have a set of files defaultly run by the Tekla will be highlighted in this open model folder. Clear? In this open model folder, what the two major thing is very important. That is, first thing is DB1 file and DB2 file. you should not touch these two files, or you should not delete mistakenly these files, because these are the mother file of the Tekla, of that model in Tekla software. Okay, how for a computer we are working, the motherboard is the main thing, right? Likewise, for every model, this db1 file is a very important, and the db2 file is also very important. Clear? And once if the R&D of the Tekla designing part is over, this analysis file will be the having a set of the, now it is empty. Once if you are working in analysis kind of work culture, those files will be highlighted here. Okay, and a set of files will these of who has been created all these files and how it works. So in Tekla, there are two major departments. One thing is creating model, generating drawings, and another thing is coordinating with the site person and fabricators. And in another sector is about API. Okay, API is about customizing the um datas which is incorporated with the to create the models for the mass projects. That means for some profiles, defaultly Tekla will won't have an access based upon the database only it will work. Okay, that means you will have a set of IT team who is working as an API for the Tekla structure. Based on that, the you will be creating a set of profiles which are not available default on the Tekla. Okay, that means what I am representing here, it is if you see here, here it is. You will have a components, right? Application component, create connection, create auto connections. So if you see here, likewise, you are having a default set of components, right? So these are the default one. Other than that, if you are having any project, unique kind of connections you need to implement on that. If it is a mass project of 5,000 tonnage, 6,000 tonnage, in that case, we need to work on fast pattern. So in that way, they use a API related set of team for that particular project, and they will work for that based upon the .NET. Okay, that's the database which is running for the Tekla. Clear? And apart from that, you will have a detailed session about the folders, what you are highlighting here, attributes, what is custom component dialog files, and what is drawing, what is the these all those files are representing. And apart from that, what are the files we need to maintain here? So everything will be highlighted. Clear? And apart from that, once the model has been completed, this is a set of PEB model which has been created for our previous project. So this is a model which represents a kind of three set of cranes, EOT crane. So in upcoming session, you will be learning how to create the PEB models. So once if you create, you can see clearly here itself. You will have a set of grids which is a equally spaced interval, and once if you create a single frame, you can easily copy the frame and place everywhere, and based upon that you can see work on the bracing connections on the purlin. You can see the purlin details and the connection of the rafter and the column and the base plate connections. So everything you can see here very clearly. So as I said here previously, you can easily finish the model, and then you can easily extract all those things very clearly here has been highlighted, and which has been highlighted here, it is the Tekla software portfolio covers you can able to create very easily based upon your working set of models, and it will be easily rework while we are going for the fabrication once if the error occur. And another thing is You can save time. And for CNC machine cutting also, the Tekla in file will be given as an input file for the fabricator. Initial stage, you will have to extract all the drawings from the AutoCAD, and you have to give the CNC file input as a separate files. But here you can easily, within a fraction of second, you can easily create the input file for the CNC. That means NC file. The input file which is used for the CNC machine cutting is called NC file. The NC file you can create for single parts easily, and you can give that detail to the fabricator. Clear? And another one is uh, fabrication plan, and then erection plan from the 3D model you can extract very easily. Okay. And then another one is coming back to the menu details. You can see here there is a new menu. In menu, it's a new model. Once if you are opening, you can create and open as like I said previously. And then once the model, previous models can be opened from this way and save as printing, open model folder, import and export. For import and export, you can uh, clearly able to communicate with all the softwares right now which is available in the market for the purpose of designing also, and the purpose of estimation, and the purpose of BIM related kind of softwares. You can able to clearly import any file or export any kind of category of files from that. And if you see here, in import and export kind of file types, what plays a major role? Before getting into the project bid, we need to know the total weightage of the project, and at the same time, without applying any connections, previous wise, what they will do is from the start model, they will take off the steel quantity for the major set of drawings. That means for major primary members like column and beam and rafters, they will calculate the weightage, and they will give the uh, project based upon the market value. Okay, but after using Tekla, how it is uh, easy for us is you can import the model from the STAT or ETABS or any other structural analysis software, and based on that you can apply that connections defaultly based on the component, auto connection type of component, and you can give the
Good morning.
nearer value of the
Good morning.
project.
වැඩකද ඉන්නේ?
Hello, hello. Okay. Okay, so based upon that, you can use this kind of import and export type of files for that purpose. And at the same time, within a fraction of a second, you can get all the details on the weightage of the members, and how much number of members you are going to work on that. On very easy, you can get the details. The total you can get not only the exact value of the project, at least you can get the nearer, only the 2 to 3% variations will be there, because while applying the connections you will be giving the stiffness and the bolt weight, and then another set of connections once you are going to apply, or any recorrections will be you will be having in the model. In that way only the weightage will differ, otherwise you won't get a tonnage level of difference from that. Okay, so in that way you can, for the estimation purpose, you can use easily, but without giving the total working pattern for the project, you can work in this way also for getting the project to be get bid. So, and another thing is project properties, settings, catalog. So before getting into the settings, this is the window which you can able to uh, re-verify whether which environment you have been worked, and which environment we are saving the project. So like that, without closing the project, you can get all those things. And in coming session, you will be having a set of knowledge about the structural shapes, and which are the environment are using the unique set of profiles as like UK, US, and Australian environment. And another thing is you will have a brief explanation about the profiles. Okay, because without knowing the profile details, you can't able to approach the 3D model. Why it's very unique to know about the structural shapes, and what are the names of the profiles highlighted in UK, US, and Indian environment is you will receive a set of data. Okay, you will be set of receiving the data from the client, which they represents about the profile names. So here you can see, here they have been highlighted. HSC A330, like that, they have been highlighted, right? So those are the profiles will be highlighted and 200. So you need to know in which environment these files kind of profiles are high, or they are given. Based upon that, you need to find the environment, and based on that, you will be applying the profile and working on the 3D model. And another thing is, these plays a major role. So this is the workflow of the real-time project, how you are working. So once you are getting the input detail and the database from the client, you will be approaching the model as in a 3D way, that is modeling. And then after finishing the model based upon the data which client has been given, you will be extracting the 2D set of drawings from the 3D model. So that process is said to be called as drafting. After finishing drafting process, what will happen? You will be going to the checking. So checking, what is the checking process? What they will use to understand in this way. So checking is completely about a combination of process, checking the 3D model and the 2D set of drafting sheets. So before getting into the drafting pattern, the checking person is going to check the 3D model completely based upon the data from the client. And after that, once if you get the approval from the checker that the 3D model is approved, you will be extracting the drawings from the 3D model just to nullify the error. And after getting the 2D set of drawings has been edited in the sense you will be giving the name for that profile. That means calling the name. Okay, not like an AutoCAD. You just go and click the profile, and you just press some kind of short keys, or there is having a naming the profile. That name will be highlighted automatically. Clear? So like that, you will be drafting the profiles, and you will giving the dimensions, and you will cross verifying the dimensions, as like I have shown you in the assembly drawings. There you will be giving a clear cut of whole diameter details, and weld everything will be highlighted specifically from you, from your set of technical knowledge. You will be providing those details. So after finishing all these two process, the checking persons will be again recheck the drafting study set of drawings, and then it will go to the final output. Final output is nothing but is a combination of the file which contains GA drawing, assembly drawing, single part, and then erection drawing. So these four things you will be working when you are working as a steel detailer. If you are a checker, your work will be in the reverse process, that you are checking the 3D model, and you are working and you will be cross verifying the 2D set of drawings whether it is really created as like 3D model. Okay, the informations which are extracting from the 3D model is highlighting in 2D or not, that you will be come to know. Clear? And all those information should be cross verified with the data input from the client also at the same time. Once if the final output is sent, again you are going to remodel. That means there is any other corrections, that is if a fabricator is telling that no, this profile is not available on the market, and this profile is what's suitable in our factory, we can't able to manufacture. In that case, you will, what will happen, the designer will change the profile, they will give approval, and then coming back to the 3D model, you will update the profile. That means you will be changing the profile, and that will be reflecting on the 2D drawing, and again the checking process will happen, and the final output will be submitted in a revision way. That will be called as revision set of drawings. Okay, so GA drawing in initial stage, once you are created the 3D model, the GA drawing has been created, and you will get approved from the client, and then you will proceeding to the 2D set of drawings. So what are the industries using Tekla structure nowadays? Right from the low scale to high scale level they are using. So low scale level, as I said, the freelancers, the small consultants who are in a beginner level, they will be using the low scale criteria in a minimal way for the Tekla. And the person who is handling a set of consultant pattern of projects, they will be said to be called as middle scale. And the high scale person, who are the top high scale persons? and how it is working for them. If you see an high scale kind of consultants, they will having a own set of fabrication factory for their own company. Based on that, they will take a project, and they are the person going to work for the project as a designer, and they are the person working as a 3D set of drawings model, and everything fabrication related kind of drawings, everything will be generated in that factory itself, and then they will be executing on the fabrication process. So all in all, everything will be under same roof in a same concern that will be handled in a high scale industries. So these are the list of companies right now in India. These are the some of the top MNC also will be highlighted here, like William Harry and Pan Gulf and Rambo, Moltec, HiQ Design, WBK Engineering. So these are the top most uh, an EPC kind of sector companies. All those things have been highlighted here. So right now, these are the persons who are working for more than 30 years. They are working their industry by using the Tekla structures. So and right now there is another innovating thing, and an R&D has been going to be completed for the Tekla by using the Tekla structure. This software you can able to analyze the total software instead of using the separate softwares like ETABS, StatPro, and some other analysis softwares which is available in the market. So just to minimize all the work in same software, they are using this Tekla software to be get updated like that, and still it's the process is going on. Okay, coming back here. So once I've been told that these are the files are very important factors we need to understand based on that. Once if you give the name for the project, okay, what will happen? That project name will be highlighted, and the DB1 file will be highlighted here, DB file 1 and DB file 2. Okay, so once if I taking a backup, what will happen? It will generate a default file like backup file, and there are some kind of set of files here. Numbering file will be here, and profile files will be here. So some set of profile files from the API department you will be getting from unique projects, and you will be importing those profile files to the model. So likewise there is some kind of copy paste kind of work will be there from one model to another model while you are working on the same environment. Okay, and another thing is here, these are the slides which we are working for the next upcoming sessions, how the profiles will be highlighted for Perlin, for PEB related projects, and everything. What is the major type of files here we are working, and what are the twin profile? What is a kind of NC file? I have been said about the NC file we are working for the CNC program machine, right? So how we are going to create all those things, and staircase, for example, stranger, how we are creating it, what are the values you need to apply on that, what are the most used Tekla components you are working repeatedly for all type of structures. So these are defaultly available in Tekla, and you will be, once if you are having a kind of ease practice for applying the connections between the primary and the secondary member, then it will be easy for you for any type of model working in any kind of steel projects. Okay, so these are the major things you will be seeing in the sessions. So now it's a doubt clearing session. Anyone having any doubts regarding that? And I used to tell you one thing very clear. My set of uh, teaching in Tekla is about not only the user interface tool. You will be learning right from the how to create the grid, right from the grid to the extracting the 2D set of drawings and the revision pattern, creating NC file. Likewise, the complete user interface tool will be uh, teach by me regarding the model. Okay,
Uh,
not only using the user interface tool, I won't teach. Okay, so from the beginning, from the model, how you are approaching the tools, that will be here.
Radhika, sorry for interruption.
Yes.
You have opened some previous Tekla, another window, not this one.
Yes.
Can you place two members and place one
Yeah,
simple
yeah,
connection?
sure. I will do that.
Then they will understand what we do in the Tekla.
Oh, yeah, sure.
It's not
Okay.
a complex one, just simple connection is fine.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
No problem. So, okay, before getting into the beam and column component placement, I used to teach you about the window details before that. So once if you double click on the window backside, okay, there is a set of view properties will be highlighted here. Okay, so what is view properties? View properties is nothing but about the working dialog boxes you are having here, right? So these things will be controlled from the view depth, up and down, visibility, that means. So based upon this only, you will be able to place the components and everything will be happen here based upon the visibility. Okay, so on creating some other model, we'll go on very detail about it because I have to explain everything about it very clear, because
Yeah.
object group plays a major role.
Radhika,
Before getting into that, so okay, here it is a
Radhika,
column and beam. In column, if you double click, you will get a set of properties about the column. Here you can give the name of the column. Defaultly, here it is you will be having a name as column. Okay, apart from that, if you are having any unique ID from the client side, you have to represent that ID in the part numbering as an assembly numbering. You will be giving all those things, details, everything will be highlighted. And here if you see, there is a top and bottom, right? In top and bottom, what will happen? Okay, you need to highlight the length and depth of the beam, sorry, the depth of the column. Okay, so here I'm giving it as 0. So and I'm just changing the column as green. So now you can see that it was created in the 0 level. And again, I am creating the column. Now I'm giving it as default 500. Why I'm representing these things right now is this plays a major role while we are fixing the visibility, because the total height of the structure and the total depth of the structure depends upon the visibility parameter which you are fixing on the view properties. Okay, so now you can able to, without creating another set of columns, you can able to copy and paste. Right click, copy special linear. Okay, so number of copies as 2. Copy. Okay, so I have not created any views here. Okay, so by using the icon Control I, here you have only 3D view. You need to create views based upon the grid. That means A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, right? The horizontal and vertical grids have a set of unique views that we need to create. Then only you can able to view those set of views individually. Okay, once I create the model, I used to create the views. So just now I'm just having a glimpse about the 3D model, how it will be look, how we are going to work. So in that way, I'm just going to create. Right click, copy special linear. Okay. Fine. So now we need to place the beam. So for placing the beam, we need the exact center to center of the column. Either it is a web portion or it is a flange portion. Okay, so in that case, I'm just going to create the views. Just click the grid, right click, create view along grid lines. So this is the creation of views along grid lines will be highlighted here. So defaultly, you will be having a set of view properties based upon the X, Y, Z, Y, and all the uh, set of patterns of you're working with the view plane. Here you can see the X and Y, Z axis. So now it is create. Okay. So now here you can see. Once if it is closed accidentally, you can use the tool Control I. You will get the views. Okay. So based on that, you can create the 3D once the 3D view will be the visible view that is the default one. Once we are opening the model itself, it will be highlighted, and based upon that only you will be creating the views and you are giving the names for that. Okay, so now I'm going to place the beam in the plan at level of 5000. So I'm going to open that view. So that plan level has been opened. Okay, so beam, send a portion to the okay. So as like I'm just going to change the color. So for placing the beams and placing the columns, you will be having a technical term called top of steel. Okay, so that top of steel plays a major role in creating the models. Why means based upon that only you will be having the elevation level for the project. For each level, it will be highlighted. If you have the grid kind of patterns which is very equally interval spaced of equal distance, then you can copy the all the set of profiles likewise with the number of copies. Not only the plan base, even for the level also you can copy the projects. One sec. Okay, now we are going to see the 3D view. So it will be highlighted in this way. Okay, and once if the connections has been completed, we are going to apply the components as like a auto connection. So just click all the profiles, create auto connections. Like this, the auto connections will be applied. Okay. You can ask everything has been clearly highlighted here. Then what is the use of editing the connections and everything? You may can ask. But what is the thing here? It is as like in default Tekla, you can't able to give as the connection as it is to the uh, data to the 2D set of drawings to the client, because here we will provide the stiffness. You have to provide the everything. You need to create the connections and you need to make it as an assembly. So all the editing things will be happen here. So if once if you click the connection here, it will the total set of highlighting Tekla shear plate connection will be highlighted here. Based on that, you have to provide the notch distance and all these calculations kind of data you have to input here. Then only the connection will be set to be fixed in a right pattern, and that will be reflected on the 2D drawing. Okay, so likewise you will be creating the model. So and for creating the model, this is the equally spaced set of coordinates you have provided here defaultly, but you need to understand how we are going to give it the detailed coordinates of x and y z axis based upon the client data, and based upon the intervals of the x and y, how we are going to place the grid. So all these things you need to understand. Clear? So that will be taught by step in our live model session. Clear? After finishing this, you need to render them, I mean, give the numbering for the model. So in the numbering system, what will happen? You will be calling numbering ID for the each column and beam. Then only you can extract the drawing from the model. Clear? Okay, once it is numbered, what will happen? The report will give you the detail. So these are the profiles you have provided, and these are the names we have given for this. These are the number of parts and number of assemblies has been created. So it will be highlighted in this pattern. Okay. Okay. So now after finishing the numbering, you can get the what is the total weight of the structure that you can get within a second. Okay. So now I'm just going to take the detail for profile list. Okay. So now I'm going to create from all, going to give create from all. So once it has been created, you can see clearly what is the type, quantity, profile, total length, and total weight. So total 45 number of parts, and it's a 6 tonnage. And they have given the set of name for the profile which have been created, ISMB 300, 400, and what is the plate thickness and how much number of plate has been mentioned in this 3D model. Everything has been highlighted. Clear? So for example, as like I'm going to create. So for assembly drawing, I'm just creating. So by using the control L, you can see these are the number of columns and beam has been created. So once if you open, so this is the default set of Tekla will give you the 2D set of drawing in this way. So you need to rearrange the things. Clear? So based upon that, you have to uh, give the scale details for the column and names and everything will be highlighted. Thus we will be see on the session. Okay, so likewise you will be creating the model. Here it is a simple thing of a column and beam for your ideology has been created right now, but for the real project it's not will be like this easy. It's little bit complicated in the beginner level, but once if you have a practice it will be easy for you. And before getting into the model, you need to understand what are the types of connections available in the steel structures for different kind of projects. Based upon that knowledge you can get into the 3D model that will be easy for you to while creating the components. Clear? And you will have some kind of doubt what is numbering, what is numbering settings. So I will be slowly explain you about all those things step by step. Okay. Okay, sir.
Okay, Radhika, thank you
Yeah, okay.
for introduction.
Any doubts?
Yeah, there are some, before we go, there are some queries, Radhika,
Yes.
can answer. First one, wait,
Yeah, you
can
can
you decide
one
the question?
second. One second. I have seen
Yes, you can go
Pranitran.
one by one. Yes,
Okay.
can we decide? Can you start? You can start.
Okay. Even in Tekla structure, completely now we are learning about the detailing pattern and detailing side only in Tekla structure. Okay. They are having a wide set of analysis patterns, okay, for different type of structures. Right now only you can use SAP ETAPS StatPro for designing the steel structures, because there only you can able to see the forces visibly and you can extract the forces and you can give the justification also. In Tesla structures still it was in R&D. There is no any other proof which they can provide as like StatPro ETAPS and SAP. For marketing purpose they are right now telling that we can do the all the set of kind of analysis and you can give the data as like they are saying, but still none of the MNC company has been followed and finished the project based on that. So everything, some set of parts they are extracting from the software and they are utilizing and they're importing it on another software, then only we can finish it off. Clear? But it's little bit tough while you're working on the real time project. Clear? Because on a mass project you won't work as one man. A set of pattern of set of peoples are working there. In that case, a designing department is different, a detailing department is separated, and the coordination is separated. So all the persons won't have a set of knowledge regarding the design. So that's the case. The designing software are separated and they are working on that. And right now Tekla is also making an R&D for to make all in all in one software. But what is the some softwares will have a pros and cons, right? So likewise, Tekla is also having some pros and cons because it's not able to extract each and every forces which we want from the particular design. Like, as like STAD or as like ETAPs, we can't get the reactions very exactly, because if only you can get the reactions exactly is when you are designing the project in center to center design. Clear? But in steel structures what will happen in modeling kind of pattern in of 3D model, what will happen, we used to model a structure based upon the real time project which was going to execute on the site during the erection. Clear? So in that case you will have some set of cleach on that. Some forces won't transfer clearly to the column, but in real practical way it will transfer exactly. But on site or on the software while running the design you will have some issues. it won't give you the exact reactions what you want. So there is a kind of mess is happening uh, in the real time projects while you are working in this strategy. That's the reason. Other than that, to be frank, still now it's on the R&D about the design, whether it is possible to do the design based on Sri Lankan market steel. Yes, you can do the Sri Lankan market steel sections. You can able to do the detailing and modeling, all those things you may can do. But still, I'm not aware about whether they're having a Sri Lankan environment in Tekla or not. I'm not aware about that. I will just reconfirm and tell you. Which will you provide? Which one you are asking about? Nirosh? Connection with the roof sheet and purlin. Roof sheet and all, defaultly you can't create, there is no roof sheet in Tekla structure, but you can create the roof sheet. But once if you are, what's the purpose of creating the roof sheet? For roof sheet, with the data you can calculate the weight with of length, height and breadth. You can calculate the thickness of the roof sheet. Once if I calculate, you can calculate the weight of the roof sheet. So if you want to create for the modeling purpose to give the aesthetic view of the structure, you can create the roof sheet. But roof sheet creating here, it will be little bit, it will take time for you, because a complete set of plate profile you have to redraw the profile and you have to create it. And as like for different type of structures, you can't able to make it as a in a set of long pattern. Okay, you have to break the complete set of component and you have to create it as a separate custom component, and you have to make it out. It's kind of a tedious one. But instead of roof sheet, you can create purlin will be there. Purlin profiles are available, so no issues in that. And purlin connections also you can give, even customized connections also you can create and you can provide, no issues in that.
Will you provide the software for us?
uh, Sorry.
Software.
Sorry.
That
They
will-
ask about software. Plus, we will provide. You have
that's
to download and install.
okay.
Some profiles you can download from the websites also, no issues. But if you are a licensed purchaser, then there is no issues. You can able to download all the set of customized PEB related components will be available on the websites on Tekla. That you can do. So other than that, you will have a column, beam, and plate profiles. So plate profiles, where you can use the plate profiles. For example, creating the silo structures, you can use the plate profiles. So beam is similar as like beam. You will have a beam, poly beam, curved beam, twin profiles will be used for the bracing connections. So all those things will be come under in beam profile category. And for column is same. In column itself, you can see the profile details. What are the number of profiles available based upon the environment? You can see the profile names will be highlighted here. So either it is an Indian environment, so we have given the Indian table as a steel category for selecting the profile. So same profiles will be highlighted, same kind of shapes will be there, but the name will be unique while you are working in different environment. That only will differ. So that you can get the detail from the steel tables of which environment you are working on.
Okay, guys. I think shall I continue?
I hope we have reached the end of the session.
Yes. Okay. Radhika, can you stop sharing? Can
Yeah.
you please stop sharing your window?
Yes, yes.
Okay, guys. I hope, believe that you got a clear idea, crystal clear idea about the Tekla. Here, not only that, not only simple structures, we can go for a very big complex structure. I think, can you see the screen? Here,
No, screen
but
is not visible.
no,
Yeah.
no is it visible now?
Ah.
But we will, in this course, we will teach a basic model how to use it, because this kind of complex very difficult within, limited time period. Now, for example, let's say if you want to place this connection, we will teach how to place this connection, right? And not the connection design. Connection design is separate, connection placing is different. So once you, first of all, you have to design this connection, right, during some connection design software or else manually. Then we can, based on the design, design results, we have to place this connection, right? So this is one of the structure, and I will show you another template, another structure. Here, very complex connections you can use in the in the Tekla. But here, look at this kind of connection. But we teach a very simple techniques, but we're not going to go deep on this. Am I correct, Radhika? This kind of,
Yes.
but you have to learn the basic, right? Once you learn the basic, then you can from your own you can go this kind of very complex connection. Okay. Moreover, here once you complete this course, you will be able to create this kind of set of drawings. Here, let me show that PDF. Here, I think she explained general arrangement drawing and this direction plan drawings and some assembly drawings, some connections, right? This here you can give the details, but no need to draw each and every connections manually like AutoCAD, right? No need to have no need to use the AutoCAD to draw these. Tekla software automatically export these details. Am I correct, Radhika?
Yes.
So what you have to do, you have to use some small editing part, copy and play, paste, put in the new AutoCAD layout. That part only you have to do. So it's very advantage. For most of the people, steel industry, they use Tekla instead of AutoCAD drawing nowadays. Right? You can save the time. Okay. Now here I'll go to the course. This one detail. This Tekla structure course is scheduled for the batch 38. Now almost 36, 37 started. Some of the students who's enrolled here, they already joined for these two courses. 37 will be the new batch. So this is the first day, 20th. Course will be 35,000 Sri Lankan rupees, right? You have to pay 50% initially. After the third session, before the fourth session, you have to pay the second installment. Okay, the timing will be Sunday, same time, 9 to 10:30 p.m. Will be around 10 or 12 hours. We can complete this one. Okay, if you want to register, there's a number in admin in this PDF, right? Send the slip to this number with your name, email ID, and the preferred course, right? Okay, do you have any doubt regarding this? Okay, then we can wind up the session. Thanks, Radhika, for your introduction about this course, right?
Thank you.
Okay,